What's been the biggest culture shock here for you in South Korea?
No trash cans.
People always talk about this. Yeah,
It's true.
It is okay.
I'm in South Korea and apparently public rubbish bin is not a common thing here. My BF has been walking around while holding his trash for hours. How could their streets still be so clean? Not me making the same mistake. Now I have trash too. Ended up carrying the rubbish for the whole day and discarded it in our hotel room.
What's been the biggest culture shock of South Korea to you?
Wow, culture shock. I think first thing that comes to mind is the food. Like there's this dish called sanakji. Sanakji is live octopus. So when they serve it to you on your plate, it's moving around. So it's really strange. And like when you put it in your mouth and it's like trying to like go down your throat, it's wiggling all over the place. You got to kill it with your teeth. So that's probably the biggest culture shock. Yeah.
Live octopus. I don't think anyone's mentioned about
you ever tried live octopus?
You
should try
octopus. All right.
Yeah, you're here
maybe we'll go and try some live octopus. All right.
No! God, please, no! No!
And what's been the biggest culture shock to you of South Korea?
Probably the noise. So as an American, I am often, and I'm also like stereotypically very loud. I speak loudly. I have a lot of volume change in like when I get excited about something.
Here's how I can tell you're an American tourist. Or before I can even see you, I hear you. Can confirm after living abroad, we're pretty loud.
So I think here I've been really conscious of how loud I normally am and have been trying to really like temper it down and not be, an obnoxious American, because I don't like being seen that way. So yeah, being quiet on public transportation, I think has been the biggest conscious change that I've tried to make in my kind of behavior so that I'm not sticking out like a sore thumb.
What's been the biggest culture shock of your time in South Korea?
I think the food.
Yeah?
Yeah, the fish. The live fish at the fish market, especially the eel, was absolutely shocking.
Which market was that?
The Busan fish market,
Okay.
is where we accidentally stumbled upon because I liked the umbrellas from far away.
Okay.
Then it was a fish market.
That's hilarious. And you, biggest culture shock?
I'd probably also say the food, although it was to some extent to be expected, although I didn't expect it to be so tough, let's say, for a vegetarian.
Okay. Are you vegetarian as well?
Well, with her, yeah.
Okay, okay. So what's been the challenges around being a vegetarian in South Korea?
Eating, finding a place to eat, because you go there and you ask if they have vegetarian options, you generally get a no.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I think you have to differentiate between the larger cities. I think in Busan and also Seoul, it's not a problem.
So as a vegetarian, what do you do to overcome that? What have you been able to eat?
I mean, so actually I'm a vegan, but I have to turn vegetarian during this trip because vegan is just absolutely not possible unless you want to eat French fries every day.
Okay.
When a vegan visit Korea. Hi Korean, hi vegan. Hey, let's eat something. Okay, how about this? 삼겹살? But it's pork. I can't eat it. Right, it's pork. How about this? There are a lot of vegetables. Bibimbap? But there's egg. I can't eat egg. Right. Then what is this? 보신탕?
But we actually did a lot of research. We Googled and scrolled on TikTok and tried to find recommendations. And mostly we had big brunches because brunch is relatively easy. And then for dinner, it was whatever we could find.
Alternatively, sometimes we also just went for Western food, which you can find. So, yeah.
Shake Shack.
What's been your biggest culture shock in South Korea?
I think drinking culture.
And what are some cultural differences that you've experienced in Korea?
I would say the drinking culture. Like everybody's drinking so much and nobody knows the limits. Until they're just throwing up everywhere.
What's the craziest thing you've seen a drunk person do?
I see a lot of women just laying in some small streets, just completely drunk and nobody cares about them. And I always get so worried about them that just some random guy take them.
And also the age difference, you have to respect. No, obviously you respect the elders in any country, but here there's a hierarchy, I guess. So me, especially in university, when I go to dinners with my professors, there's a sense of, I guess, superiority in a way. You have to give them the drink with two hands. You know, I think that was my biggest culture shock.
What is the work culture like in Korea compared to Germany?
In Korea, it's heavily based on your position in the company. If someone who's in a higher position than you makes a mistake, you have to apologize, which is crazy. And if this happened to me in Germany, I would call them out for it. Like, I wouldn't take the blame. In Korea, from what I've experienced, even if you do your job really well, if the boss feels like you're overshadowing them, they might tell you to leave. I had a coworker that had that experience before. So I think superiority and like hierarchy matters more here than it would in the States.
And how have you found adapting to that?
I mean, now it's like I'm used to it. After 4 years, you know, it just comes as a second nature, I guess, to me now.
Right.
I didn't have a lot of culture shocks when I came here. I'm Arab, so a lot of the Korean culture is the same as Arab culture in a lot of aspects. The drinking culture is different, obviously.
Okay, so you said you're Arabic. What's your...
I'm Lebanese.
Lebanese, okay, great.
So the culture is very similar. Like the respect-wise and all of that stuff is very similar. Drinking culture is not a thing, but Lebanon, I'm from Beirut, so it's just as busy as Seoul all the time and always awake, so I love it.
Okay. What's been the biggest culture shock so far to you in South Korea?
So all the food and all that I've seen here, we do have it a lot there, even though here it's more organic and all that and more tastier, more flavorsome and all that than what we get back home.
So maybe that's the culture shock, how flavorful and tasty everything is.
Yes, yeah, very lovely, very nice, so tasty, yeah.
So you said this is the first country you've been to outside of Texas and obviously Mexico. So that must be a huge shock to you to travel all that way to another country. How did you find that experience?
It's been crazy, honestly. Like, I've been very nervous because I did come alone and I was scared in the beginning just because it's like, you know, I don't know anybody, I don't know anything.
But you've made some friends.
But I've made some friends.
Two people who have the same name.
Two people who have the same name. They're great people, honestly.
Right. But they're too afraid to be on camera.
Yeah, we didn't need to show them.
All right.
It's all about me right now.
If anyone goes to Texas, what would you recommend they should do?
Honestly, I would say you probably go to the river. You should go dancing, explore, just have a great time with your friends.
Which river?
The Frio River.
Okay. What's been your biggest culture shock of being in South Korea?
I think the fitting in part. Like you really notice that you have to like conform to the tradition and to the rules, and I completely understand that. But it's like way more than at my home country.
What's different? What have you found challenging?
Like the documentations and stuff. It's like kind of challenging because I'm not yet fluent in Korean, and so it can be a hassle sometimes, but it's manageable.
What's been the biggest culture shock to you in South Korea?
For sure, the bathrooms. The bathroom's a little diffy, bro. You just washing yourself. The water's going everywhere.
So we've just got to our Airbnb in Korea, and I'm very confused. I have never seen this before. This is the shower. It's literally, there's no barrier between that and like the rest of the bathroom. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna shower without getting the rest of the bathroom wet. Look, I did my best, but I'm not sure how I'm supposed to avoid getting the entire bathroom wet.
And also, I'm big, so like, you know, I barely fit in some of them, but...
How tall are you?
195 centimeters. 6'5".
6'5", okay, cool.
So, it's a little different
Bumping your head on low ceilings, yeah?
Yeah.
I can imagine. What's been the biggest culture shock of being in South Korea?
Language.
Culture,
the culture difference, yeah.
How has been...
You have to adapt to it, and it comes with some challenges, but, you know, they're relatively good, not bad people like that.
After 10 years, what is your language skill like in Korean? Say the first thing in Korean.
안녕하세요. 사랑해요.
Is that it? You don't have anything?
I can say a couple of more.
Okay, please say some more. Say some more first.
You don't understand what I'm saying, so
it doesn't matter. I want people to be impressed by your Korean.
안녕하세요. And 고맙습니다.
All right.
어디 가세요? 어디 나라 사람이요? And so on and so forth. You know, many of them.
And what's been your biggest culture shock in South Korea?
The food. Most times you have the fire on the table while they are eating. They are just trying to roast the meat, or sometimes they want to give you raw meat or raw fish to eat. And I find that funny. Raw vegetables is just normal and everywhere. And it's so funny to me.
It's not Nigerian thing or African thing.
No, our food they don't well. Our food they boil them, they cook them. So this one are the opposite. So it's not my thing. Like, it's not my thing.
Hi everyone, my name is Korede and I'm embarking on an exciting challenge going from 100 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. I need your help to achieve this. I am a YouTuber, I make great exciting videos, traveling, asking people about hot topics. You can check out my videos, subscribe, follow, share and like. Let's hit this target of 10,000 subscribers in 1 month. Together we can do this. Let the internet unite and let's make this happen.